Hey guys, Jess here from Knockout Print Shop. Today I have for you my December 2019 plan with me, planner flip through kind of deal. So this is like reverse planning. I'm not going to walk you through me actually planning, but if you've been watching these, you know that. Okay, so basically we'll start with the month view. So this month view is actually pretty streamlined and not so chaotic like many more previous months of mine have been. I didn't really use this quite as much for like heavy content planning or really doing too much, and I tried to keep with less color to make it not as crazy. So basically here's what I did. I used our month labels, and for the most part the darker green indicated the videos and emails that I was doing. So November plan with me, reflection, planner setup, the goal videos I did. So those were all in dark green. The light blue, or the blue here, is for email, the newsletter. So I tried to keep that by itself, but then we also, you can see I had ran out of things, so we're doubling up. It's not completely color coded. I do have my one client, her program due date and her coaching call, that in this like lighter green, and then I have another client here in blue, and our Knockout Tribe live Q&A in blue as well. So it's kind of what I use it for, was mostly appointment-based things. Oh, and then I have one more client here down in here for the actual day I'm filming this, and I had to use one of our dividable washi here because I ran out of our month labels, and since this is the last time I'll be using this color, I did not want to break out a brand new pack of month labels when I won't be using the Yosemite palette anymore. Thank God, because I don't like this palette. So you can see that I used my contact one that I always use. I did use our little rotate mattress guy. And then I used our small blue, or our small check boxes in blue. I just wrote R next to them, and that was what I used to indicate the days that we had new releases. I actually like that better than using a label like I had done in months past, because I don't typically keep track of what the release is. Here I have a separate Excel spreadsheet for that. So that was just kind of nice to note that, and the days that we didn't have releases. And then I used our dividable washi here to just mark off our planner prep week that we're doing this week. So that just gave me an eyeball on that. Most of these kinds of things that are planned in my month view are going to go into my content planner called the Content Planner. I will link that below, that I'll be using to plan all my content for 2020. So my month view in my 2020 like weekly planners will mostly be for appointments, whether it's work or personal, things that are more time related and deadline related that are not content related. So that is it for my month view. So then we can pop over into week number 1 of December. So I went with monochrome here in basically Christmas green. I probably should have used this the week of Christmas. I really did not like the Yosemite color palette at all. Every time I used it this year, but you know, hey, made it through. I'm not like somebody that's not going to buy a planner just because I don't like one of the color palettes. I get over it and deal with it. Still functions just fine. So I did monochrome. It's a little bit overwhelming with all the green, but I still do like, for the most part, the way this spread turned out. Monday is my heaviest day of to-dos, and you can see I went crazy with our little check boxes and just brain dumped every single individual little task I had to do. And then for some reason decided to draw a box around here for our errands. This was the errands section of this list. I don't know why I did that. I don't like how that looks. I did use a quarter box at the top here after each bubble header for the to-do, and this kind of was the reminder of the major thing that was due that day, or the major task I needed to get done, or something that was time related. So this was just, you know, November newsletter. Used a little teardrop to say send that out. Use a little alarm icon to remind me to schedule an Instagram post. This was a time related thing. Our milk pickup on the farm, writing a client's program, that was a don't forget, and then our new releases. So I liked the consistency of this for the top, just again bringing attention to that major task that has to get done. Again, use the bubble headers. I did use a lot of our post-it note guys. This was for Matt and I's date night anniversary. This was a farm visit, another farm visit. We love going to visit farms. And you can see like a lot of this is just checklists. Some of them I drew lines down because these tasks took longer and I was trying to take up more space, because days that we fill orders, a lot of the times that's like all we do all day. So sometimes when I write just fill orders, I feel like I'm wasting the whole dang planner. So this was my attempt to not feel wasteful. I know that's silly. I shouldn't even worry about how much space I use in the planner. But anyways, so you see I did that again there. I did use a little appointment label here for a coaching call that I had, a client call that I put down there. Threw in some icons for different tasks. Probably, yes, I ran out of green check boxes. So you can see Friday is hexagon, bullet journals, icons, and then regular other icons related to the task because I ran out of check boxes. You can see as this goes week by week how much stuff I ran out of. Down here is my usual like financial personal tasks, fitness, taking a shower. Sometimes you have to write it in the planner so it actually happens. You can see I ran out of a bunch of check boxes because then I was using my stencil. I did throw a couple habit trackers over here for giving Champy his meds, reading, and what I'm calling, or called at that time, a movement snack, basically like a break to get up and move around. So I used those. And my usual little sidebar here for my weekly highlights. I'm really looking forward to next year in 2020 using our sticker that goes here that says weekly highlights already on there and it's lined, so I'm pretty pumped about using that next year. Then I have my typical goal section here with our goal hexagons. So this spread was pretty productive and I got a lot done that week. So there is week 1. Week 2, I played around a little bit with some different things. So I did have a few more time-related things or appointments going on this week. So I played around with separating things out. I had already put this priority header on here ahead of time. So I was like, well, I got to use that now. So I took a single checkbox each day to write down the thing that like had to get done. Then I took our dividable washi, some of which was the month view. So these are not perfectly fit. If you buy them for the weekly view, they'll fit the weekly. If you buy them for the monthly, they'll fit the monthly. As you guys know, if you've watched my videos before, I use like sometimes our scraps, our mess ups, just whatever I have left and make it work because I hate being wasteful. So this doesn't fit perfectly. It kind of overlaps and it's wrong there, but it works. So I took the dividable washi, long story short, wrote to-do list here and used this middle section as my to-do list. And then down here, I wrote today's appointments. And because I always, when I put dividable washi down, for some reason, tend to line it up right by the disc, which means it kind of goes over the disc. So I just ripped it off. So that doesn't look beautiful, but that's why it's like that. And then down here, I used a lot of our little sticky note guys. Some of our labels with striped hexagons for time-based appointments, then bigger things. Again, time, I had our Facebook group chat and then a coaching call here. So this was kind of like my time section. And then down here, the new releases, I just put that down there because it was kind of somewhat time related. And these are just like little notes that are things that I watched somebody's planner video, I listened to somebody's podcast. I don't remember what the heck that meant. Oh, I think it was when I was creating the planner prep challenge and prepping for sale. So this became like an extension of my to-do list here. Then you can see green check boxes and I ran out. So then I was using my stencil to make circle check boxes. This is just a random like checklist on the weekends. I don't use my planner a lot on the weekends. So sometimes I just use it as like scrap area place to write things. Highlight section as usual, goal section. Again, we have the 1, 2, 3 habit trackers down here and personal stuff related to chores, working out, different tasks related to kind of just, again, home and personal are down here on the bottom. So that is week 2. I don't mind how this looked. I don't really love the gray as the only gray on here, except for down here accented. I wish I would have like had more washing, could have been this like gray, green, gray, because it looks unbalanced, but that's just me being a spaz. Okay, here is week 3. So this is kind of a weird week 2 as far as layouts go. And I think this week was kind of, yes, this was a chaotic week. So we had some stupid tax issues. So it just kind of threw our whole week for a loop for a couple weeks, getting numbers together for the accountant and doing stupid adulting stuff. So that's why I think my planner just got out of control and we just got out of control because holidays are, we're going on. It's the busiest time of year for the shop. Obviously, people are getting all their stickers for their new planner, so we're super busy with orders, and there's holiday, then this stupid IRS thing happened, so blah, blah, blah. It was a cluster. Anyways, don't even know why I'm talking about that. This is my weird week 3 spread. So what I did here was I took 2 time strips on Tuesday and Wednesday, trying to play around with, well, the days that I have time-based things, let me use time strips, and the days that I don't, let me just kind of do running lists. So did that here. so that I could note the 2 time-based things I had going on. And then over here, I just kind of, I don't know, I went back to drawing boxes around a few things. You could tell I was kind of all over the place this week. Made a running email list because this particular day I had a ton of people to email, so I wanted to make sure that I made a list of that. And again, running out of check boxes, so I used my stencil. And then I created this little to-do list that says to-do here, separate from the email because these were tasks. Wanted to put down here, we had a lot of orders to fill, so I put that. You can see again, similar thing I did over here with laying icons of the boxes. And just mostly because I ran out of check boxes, you see all my stenciled hand-drawn check boxes. A few little post-it notes here just to remind myself of like little personal tasks we had to do. Personal stuff down here as usual. This is my crazy hand-drawn, ridiculously useless habit tracker. I don't know why I did this. I think I ran out of habit trackers and just wanted to kind of jot a few things down. I feel lost without my habit tracker. Even though I track a lot of habits that are automated, there's something about checking things off that just makes me feel better. And so I ran out of habit trackers and I'm like, whatever, I'll just draw it. So this looks ridiculous, so don't mind that. That's the same. Highlights and weekly goals, that's my little goal section. I just kind of layered a little box vertical here because we were getting ready for our trip home to Chicago for the holidays. And you can kind of see the rest, little icons. This was my whole like getting my bread and making my cinnamon rolls from scratch timing thing. This looks like it makes no sense, but I'm telling you, to me, this totally made sense. Yes, so again, bottom is my, what do you call it? Personal stuff. Oh, Lord. Okay, this was last week, week 4. So we kind of last minute decided to go home and surprise our family for the holidays. Since we moved 18 months ago, we haven't been home for a holiday. We've went home. Matt went home once for a thing. I went home once flying for a thing. And then this past September, we surprised our family just for a quick little weekend trip. But we've really been like, we kicked ourselves for not going home for Thanksgiving because we kind of like always take Thanksgiving off and like to relax and just use that time to decompress and stuff like that. But then we're like, oh, we miss being around family. Let's go home for Christmas. Long story short, this is what my planner looks like when I'm not home. So Monday was kind of a busy day. We tried to get as many orders done as we could, get all those tasks we needed to get done in preparation for being gone. Picked up our milk, used that little one. Just right here, I used a geometric pattern quarter box with a little layered with a teardrop to just note the email that I was sending out that day, and then had my kind of baking schedule, which ended up not even being used because I decided to change my baking schedule after I wrote this and baked on Sunday. This is a hot mess. Then I used our dividable washi and layered it with a little post-it note for what time we were leaving. I really like how this turned out, so that looks good. I thought we maybe would have left later, so that's why I put that header there, thinking we'd have some last-minute tasks, but we didn't. Did put a weekend header here, and then when we came back home on Sunday, we started working just to get a heads up on orders and just get everything cranking out. So I had some work to catch up, like admin stuff, watching a client's videos, different things like that, and then had to pay myself, had to pay our bills. I didn't do any goals this week because I knew I'd be gone, so it was just, my goal was to enjoy a holiday with family, and then that was my highlight. So that was it. Contact sticker. So that was pretty much it for last week. Did not use my planner much because I was not home. Then we go to this current week, and this is kind of semi in use, semi not in use. So here's the layout I had come up with prior to us leaving for Chicago. So I'm using the last of my stickers, kind of doing that rainbow thing with what I have left with priority at the top, coordinating quarter box with the main task, and then time-based things down here with these guys, the hexagon, striped hexagon, quarter box thingy, for time-based things. And then I took our dividable washi kind of rainbow effect and marked our planner prep week that's going on right now, put a few bills in there, our budget, and I must have lost one of my kettlebells must have come off because there should be 3 there. So this is kind of in use but not, because this week the new 2020 planner, Inkwell Press, starts and my Makse Life starts. So literally I have this week's spread done in this planner, my 2020 Inkwell, and my Makse Life. So I'm kind of like loosely using all three right now this week to figure things out. And I'm probably going to use both 2020 Inkwell and Makse Life for a few weeks to kind of figure things out and all that. But this is kind of a in use / before the pen. So that is my 4 or how many ever weeks it was spreads for December. I also threw in here a little meal planning half sheet because we've definitely been really busy right now, and since we've been busy we haven't really been able to wing it as much with our meals. I need to have a better plan, so this is in the works for this week. I have a running to-do list back here. That's kind of what I transfer things from. I do this every week, but you can see it here because this week is in progress. So this is December. Just flip through it one more time. So there's my month, pretty like slim on there. You have my list making week with tons of check boxes. Then you get into my kind of 3-section week with priority to-dos and appointments. I don't hate this, and I guess with the new Inkwell layout for 2020, I could take this same concept and put it in that new layout. So you have that. This is my hybrid to-do list time strip week. And then here you have my we're gone for Christmas week, and then you have my I'm kind of sort of using my planner week. So this was my December 2020, my last month in my Inkwell Press 2019 Classic Planner. I'm really excited to get into the Makse Life Planner and the 2020 Inkwell and say goodbye to these 2019 colors and see some new colors for the new year. There's a few colors in this 2019 Inkwell I didn't like, Yosemite being one of them, and I'm pretty excited for most of the palettes for 2020. Okay, so that is it, guys. That's my December 2019 flip through. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Also, be sure to join our email list. That is linked down below as well. You get exclusive coupons. We do our monthly live stream. There's a lot of fun advantages to being in our little KO tribe. So links are below. Links are below to Inkwell, to Makse Life, and all that good stuff. So make sure you check out the description box. And I think that's it. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Bye.